What's up guys, hope all is well, hope everyone's having an amazing day. Today we're going to be going over chest training, more specifically the only 4 exercises you need. Chest training has been extremely overcomplicated, but it's not that complicated. You only really need 4 exercises. So we're going to get straight into it. So when we look at the chest, there's 3 different parts. We have the upper, mid, and lower chest. So the clavicular, sternal, and costal pec fibers. We're gonna be starting off with a flat dumbbell press, which is gonna target more so of that mid chest, which is gonna be those sternal pec fibers. So when we look at the flat dumbbell press, what we wanna do is we wanna have the weights on our knees. From here, we wanna go back in a nice stable position, have your feet planted, and you wanna have your elbows at a 45-degree angle. If your elbows are out here, it's gonna be hitting the shoulders really hard in that rotator cuff. So tuck them in a little bit. And then from here, you're gonna press up. Really think about driving that bicep into that pec and having a nice controlled tempo. And then for this exercise, I typically like to go a little bit lower reps. So anywhere in that 8 to 10 rep range to really start the exercise off strong and start off that workout off strong. All right, so the second movement that we're gonna be doing is an incline Smith machine press. When we look at an entire chest workout, I don't like to do 2 barbell movements or 2 dumbbell movements. So since we start off with a flat dumbbell press, I'm gonna be doing an incline barbell Smith machine. But if it was the other way around, let's say for example, I did a flat bench press, I'll do an incline dumbbell press. I just like the added variety, plus it helps. When we look at the Smith machine, this is gonna be hitting the upper chest, which is gonna be hitting those clavicular chest fibers, right? And then when we look at the incline, you don't need too much of a crazy incline. Anywhere from 20 to 40 degrees is completely fine. The higher is not always the better. That's when you're really gonna start including the front delt and a little bit more of the shoulders. So when we look at the setup, what you wanna think about is you wanna think about having that bar path come to your collarbone or a little bit less than your collarbone. So here, you wanna be in a nice stable position, have your feet nice and planted. And when you're bringing the bar nice and down, you wanna have your elbows slightly tucked. Once again, you don't wanna have them flared because this is gonna hit the shoulders and the rotator cuff a little bit more. And we wanna isolate the chest as much as possible. And the one thing I do like about the Smith machine more is since it is a Smith machine, it has a bit more stability. So I'm able to train harder and closer to failure compared to dumbbells. So the third movement is gonna be body weight dips, or you could also do weighted dips if you have that strength. So when we look at the dips, you are gonna be pressing down, and this is gonna be hitting the lower pec fibers or those costal pec fibers. So when we look at the dip, same exact thing rule applies. You don't wanna have your elbows flared, you wanna have them nice and tucked. And one of the things I like to do here is have a little bit more of a controlled negative. So anywhere from 2 to 3, that way you can really feel the lower pec fibers. And what I'm thinking is when I'm pressing up, I'm thinking about pushing the weight together, or I'm thinking about my arms coming together, even though that's not possible here. So I'll show you what I mean. Have my elbows nice and tucked, nice and controlled negative. Get a good stretch at the bottom and all the way up, right? All right, and for this, I typically like to do a little bit more higher reps, 1 to 2 sets till failure. If you are able to hit that 10 to 12 range, would be awesome. If not, you could either do an assisted dip or add a little bit of a reverse band here. That way when you're going down, it'll help you on your way up. The fourth movement that we're gonna be doing, and the last movement you need to get a massive chest, is gonna be the pec fly. So when we look at the chest, it inserts over here into the bicep, and the origin is over here in the middle. So one of the main functions of that chest is to drive that arm across your chest, right? So the pec fly does that perfectly. We're gonna be going into the setup of that. When we look at the setup on the pec fly, one of the things I like to do is set up the arm a little bit lower than shoulder height, because if it's too high, it's gonna be hitting the shoulder and the rotator cuff a lot. So right over here, as you can see, this is perfect for me. One of the other things that you wanna do is you wanna keep that chest up nice and proud. That way when you come across, you're gonna be hitting more of the chest fibers. So here, keep the chest nice and up. when you're coming together, you want to think about straightening the arms a little bit and really think about driving that bicep into the side of your pec. And then when you come down, slightly bend that elbow. That way you get a deeper stretch, and you're gonna repeat. Boom. Just like that. And for this, I typically like to do 12 to 15 reps. Since it's the end of the workout, you don't need to go super, super heavy. Here, just focus on the mind-muscle connection and getting a really, really hard contraction at the top. And that's gonna be that. If you do these 4 exercises, you focus on good quality form, technique, and execution, and progressively add more weight and reps, you'll get a massive chest. So I hope this brought some value to you guys, and you guys watched it all the way through. If you guys have any questions, comment down below or shoot me a DM on any one of my socials, and then we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.